Well, hello and welcome to a very special race here today. We have some marvellous machines down on the grid that in just a few moments will be accelerating up to some really high speeds indeed to compete for a prestigious Grand Prix victory. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and 2 DRS zones will help with that as well. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix.
Hello everyone, it's Adrenaline here. Today we're at the Sakir Bahrain International Circuit. AOR guys, you joined me on my hot lap. This was my quickest lap. I actually attempted to go again on a faster lap, but I messed up on the sector one, so this was the only lap I put in. Breaking up the 100-meter board, second gear. I missed the apex slightly here, but that's alright. There's more time to be gained in the other sector, so let's go. Focus on the turn 3, third gear. You can take it in second. The apex here is important, but not that important because the exit is what's most important. Fourth gear, fifth gear, picking the apex nicely. Braking straight line, hitting second gear, apex. The exit of this corner is also important as well. Braking at the apex. Taking this one at second gear, making sure the exit's perfect. Avoid that curve on the right side as it can unsettle the car. Turn 11, 100-meter boards. You can brake a lot later, but third gear. I like it in third, but I took it in fourth there. Surprisingly, the car stayed. Usually when I take it in the fourth, I get on this steer, but this time I found the right setup before the race, and the car was handling quite nice. Last corner. This is where you can either mess it all up, or you can just set a bank a lap by your exit right here. Third gear is preferred, so I missed the apex slightly there, putting down a 132.078. And that was qualifying section. We got Tigger with a 130.2 in first. 130.5 is White comes. Ryan didn't set a lap.
Yep.
Formation lap. Marker doing some burnouts. I think this is the first successful formation lap that I've been involved in, apart from racing the AI and a social online guys. So it's all about not taking off until the car ahead of you takes off and just being patient. So at the start of this race, you will see that I spun. I just got on the power too aggressive, and I made like a 180. I'm glad I didn't hit anyone, but I think my spin caused a lot of people to wreck. I'm not sure if I hit anyone. It doesn't look like I hit anyone, as you'll see when we get on the onboards. I'm letting the formation lap play out so people can get an idea for the tire temperatures, because it actually does help your tire temps. The optimal range right now is 210 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but that's where you want the tires to be before the start of the race.
So perfect.
I'm gonna try to get some heat into them, but try not to spin. You're not trying to crash in the formation lap.
These temperatures actually carry a little bit.
210. See, right now they're optimal temperature. That's where you want the tires to be at. Just practicing the race start here.
But they're nice out there.
Even with the practice, I still managed to mess it up. So yeah, let's see you back on the grid. Let's start the race. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, drop the clutch, and we're off. And then this is where I make the mistake. Just lost the car. I don't think I hit anyone because I literally just hit the wall. And a lot of guys just like crashed. I don't know if it was lag, but I definitely don't see anyone being hit on my screen that I saw. I'd like to see other people's point of view, but I don't remember hitting anyone. So lost my wing, had a pit first lap, so the strategy had to change right away. So I put on the softs because my pace on the mediums were terrible. Sorry, I put on the mediums. My pace on the mediums were terrible, but I figured if I can just get on the mediums right now and just do as much laps as I can, because they last quite a while on this track. They can do 20 laps. I did 16 to 17 on them, but they can go for 21 laps. So if you have really good pace around here, the mediums can be a good tire choice for you. So if my wreck had any effect, like I was saying, if my wreck had any effect on anyone else's race, I apologize. I really don't think I hit anyone, but I think it distracted a lot of people. As Marco leaves the session, I believe his game was using FPS and it crashed. He's having an issue at the moment. I don't know if Hulkenburg is going to answer back to the community about it, but I hope something gets done because a lot of people are being unfortunate. As I tell Jeff to shut up because he was just talking too much. So right now we're trying to catch Footyard. I just want to get a recovery drive in after not finishing at Baku, you know, and doing some practice there. I was confident I can finish in the points. So I just start pushing, you know. They're not exactly hot laps after hot laps, but I was just focusing on hitting apexes, you know, maximizing the exit, excuse me. And just trying to not make any errors, you know, avoiding the curbs, etc. I figured by now I was already on the mediums and a lot of people were on the softs or super softs, and they had a pit by lap 6 or 7. The super softs only last 4 or 5 laps after using them in qualifying, as I make a small mistake here. Right in the curve there, you want to avoid that curve. Same with that corner. But yeah, a lot of people were needing to pit in the next 2 laps, so these next 2 laps were very crucial and important. That I just set decent, consistent lap times and avoid making mistakes. So that was the goal here. Not applying that much steering, like I said, for me, the quick way to go around in this game. You don't need that much steering lock. You just apply too much steering lock and it destroys your tires. As you can see, I'm just watching the tire degradation, seeing how much wear is being applied on the corners. As I make a small error here, just not confident on the brakes. You know, I've tried adjusting some settings on the advanced wheel settings, you know, as far as brakes go, and it's just still not helping me. And, you know, usually you can brake really late, and I like braking late, but I'm still getting used to it. I'm sure over time it'll happen, but yeah, putting it up in ridge, just trying to chase Footyard, trying to make a position or 2. I really don't want to. Not finishing the points. You definitely want to finish in the points. As Race Fanatic, my teammate for this race, on the pits, he actually had a really good race. He had excellent pace around here. Tigger was just a little too quick today, I think, but had Tigger not been in this lobby, I think Race Fanatic would have won this race because he had great pace. I believe he was on the super softs, and he put on the softs for his last stint, or I don't remember. At the end of the race, I'll clarify that, but I believe he was on soft, medium, soft. So qualified on the super softs, put on the mediums, and finish on the softs. Is what I'm saying. The front left here is just destroyed on this track. Getting DRS range. Trying to make a move on foot yard here. My setup was good in the corners. I just didn't have the top speed. You know, I was maxing at 210 miles an hour here on the straights. I'm not sure if some guys were well over 220, maybe 215. But I could not catch the Haas in a straight line. I had him in the corners, but I couldn't catch him in a straight line. He had a really good top speed setup. Make sure you avoid that curve there on the left side that can upset the car and send you off. Completely ruin the second sector for you. Same with that right curve. As you see, I tapped it slightly and that was enough to just send the car. This game is very sensitive on curves. You know, I think they're a bit too sensitive and you can use a bit of inertia, but then again, I think they were intended to be like that and I don't really think that's going to be patched. Getting DRS and just seeing if I can make something happen. Like I said, the straight line speed is awesome on that Haas, man. I was reading on the forum today that, you know, someone posted a link of the top speed of the cars in equal, and actually some cars have advantages over other cars. You know, not all the cars are quick on the straight line as others. Like for example, the Red Bull is really slow on the straight line, while the Manor and, as you expect, the Force India were like the top two quickest cars in the straight line. The Haas was up there too. I think it had a 340 kilometers. Getting some foot spin from foot yard, DRS. I wasn't on the pace for this race. I was not happy about my pace. I was just happy about the strategy that I made to sacrifice some I guess some space, because I could have put on the softs and gained some pace. Excuse me, I'm messing up here. But I decided to put on the mediums instead and just do consistent laps. You know, try not to mess up. And pit a little later than the guys on the softer tires. And it paid off in the end. And I was really happy about that. That's something I really want to get better at, with strategy. And because you can always get good results if you just maximize the strategy and work it out well. You know, you learn the track and you learn what works around it and what doesn't. You know, and I think sometimes that's more important than just outright raw pace and speed. You know, you learn this strategy and then the pace will come later. So that's the mindset, you know. Most of the people around me were on softer tires, so it was definitely not an easy race. I don't want to think anyone think it's easy and I'm slow. You know? Not saying that anyone is thinking that, but if you think that, that's what it is. It ain't. This game's not about outright pace. Whilst it can help you, it's definitely improving the strategy area. Skipping into lap 15. We managed to get past a few guys that had to pit, get off the softer tires. The tires are starting to wear at this point. We're at the second stint now. For the most guys, I'm still in my first stint. Well, not really my first stint, but I consider it my first stint because I crashed on the start of the race. So basically, I'm still in my first stint for me, and just strategy is starting to work out well here. I decided to pit at lap 16. I was supposed to come in already. Between lap 15 and 17, you know, would have been any good window, but I decided to go at one lap later because at this point in the race, the tires were gone. I was losing time. My lap times were in the 37s, you know, compared to the constant 36s, 35s I was setting. So right now the focus is just not messing up, avoiding the curves. As you can see, 8/10 off my pace. Just in sector 2 alone, these tires are gone. looking behind, seeing what API Legend is doing. Just wait for the traction here on that corner, because if you get on that power way too fast, it can swing you out. 36.5, still off the pace by 8 tenths. So we decided to put on the softer compound here. Already we're gaining time, 1.126 seconds ahead. And right now, just we're pushing. That's the focus right now. Push. No mistakes, no time for mistakes. Let's get some points. Because I'm damn sure well know that Race Fanatic is in second because he qualified up there. So I just wanted to finish in the points. Even though it's a social, you gotta practice that it's a league race, because that's the whole point of a social race. You know? Testing the game, but also testing your pace and strategy. So as he comes in the pits at lap 19, so he was definitely on the medium tire that stint. I think he's putting on the option tire now, which is the soft tire in this game. So his strategy was kind of probably a 7-19, so a 2-stop, lap 7 and lap 19, and finish off on the soft tire, 10 more laps. So the soft tires definitely work around here, and they're the better race tire. But if you're looking for strategy and if you're struggling on pace, I'd recommend hopping on the mediums for the next social or the next league race at Bahrain. But if you got outright pace, you want to avoid that compound. It's just terrible. The soft tires can easily do 14 laps. The tires I'm on right now, they can do 14, 15 laps, 17 if you're real smooth on the input, because that's another key factor of this game, being smooth on the input. Just checking who's in front. 6 seconds. 6-second gap, that's because he's coming in the pits. You know, so he's on the soft tire. He's been on them way longer than I have, so we managed to gain that place on him. Skipping to lap 21, we get a virtual safety car. I believe someone wrecked. I don't know who it was, but this here really helped me on the race. As it slowed the field down, it just gave me a chance to catch up to the other guys. At this point, my tires are starting to wear pretty bad. I felt it. It doesn't look like it on the display, but I was starting to feel it. You can just feel like the performance has dropped. It's not the same. But there's more than enough life in them, as you can see. Like I said, they can go 17 laps around here easily, as we're going a little too fast with the Delta, so we're just slowing it down here. Watching the time that we have to reduce the pace, so we try to catch up to the guys in front. They were just ahead of me a lot more than the Delta, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe a glitch or something, because I couldn't keep up with them on the same Delta pace, so there's something weird going on here. As Fishy's car ghosted, I believe it's an AI driving it, but that's weird that it doesn't retire the car once Fishy retires, so. Because he left the session way before, a long time ago, a few laps ago, I think lap 18. Skipping to lap 27, nothing really special happened between that previous lap and this lap. Just me alone driving until the next 2 laps. I believe I had a little battle with Ryan. He starts catching me here. As you can see, the tires are gone now. We've managed 7 laps on them. They're just close to the end of their useful tire life, so it was really crucial not to mess up here, because the grip was severely low compared to when I had it new, obviously, but with Ryan behind it added a little bit of pressure, you know. Pressure not to mess up, pressure to keep it clean, pressure to keep momentum on corners. The good type of pressure, the one I like, you know. So yeah. Something weird happens here when he tries to overtake me at the end before turn 3. you'll see here as it happens. I believe it was the last lap. I don't know what was going on, but on his screen, but oof. See what I'm in that curve right there? I slightly hit it. Looking back, he's catching up to us. That's why I was trying to not do any mistakes, but unfortunately the tire life is just it's just not as much grip as available at this point, and the curves become extra sensitive at that point. So flipping that apex nicely, third gear, kissing that one, hitting on the power, looking for what Ryan is doing. They definitely don't have any more stops, so that's a glitch and Codemasters need to fix it. Just trying to get him out of my split stream. It's really OP on this straight. Making sure we get on the right braking mark. Flipping the apex slightly, we miss it slightly. He's on the faster tire, so I'm thinking the move's done here. And it's not like I shut the door off on him. I brake at my normal braking point and clipped the apex, but for some reason he lost it. I don't know what happened on his screen, but if I did do something wrong, man, I apologize about that, Ryan. So, I think he hit the brakes a little too hard, and the rear just stepped out on him. So I don't know what kind of settings he had on his setup, but I definitely didn't block him. So yeah, last lap, fun race. I enjoyed it. Unfortunate what happened between me and Ryan. I was enjoying that small little battle I had all race as he retires, but really strange. I don't know what exactly happened on his screen, but can't say I think it's just a racing incident as the race is over and crossing the line to take 7th at Bahrain Grand Prix. Tigger, Race Fanatic, Wycombs, Desmond, Tonsmith, Gregorius, Pedro, Ninja, Iceman. So we've got about 6 guys retired and Air2 to finish the grid on 16th. Yeah, thanks for watching and come back for more content on the channel. See you now. Bye bye.